Alright, ladies and gents, so KSI, the man that we all know and love, that has absolutely nothing to do with the success of this YouTube channel, he's finally made the big leap from fighting someone that was born probably during the Ice Age to now fighting Tommy Fury, who is a professional boxer. I think he's like 8 years younger than JJ. He has a very solid record, and he may actually just be KSI's toughest opponent since like Pineda. Now here's the thing, I don't really think this fight is going to be close at all, and here's why I think that. Let's take a look at some of Tommy Fury's advantages. Now obviously, assuming that KSI is not going to be throwing any elbows, knees, or fucking grenades in this fight, Tommy Fury is most likely not going to go down as easily as any of JJ's previous opponents. As much of a bold statement as that may be, considering we're talking about people like Swarms and Joe Fournier, I do think that he's going to be his toughest opponent to date. This actually is pretty much the first time where KSI is actually the underdog since the Logan fight. I think from an outsider's perspective, it's very easy to bet against JJ, because when you weigh the advantages and the disadvantages of each of these fighters, it's very easy to assume that Tommy Fury will get the win very easily. But I think a lot of people that would assume that aren't exactly familiar with JJ's past of constantly proving people wrong whenever he's the underdog. As much of a cornball as I seem when I say that, I think it's just true. So first of all, Tommy Fury is much better than anybody that JJ's ever fought before. Watching him against Jake, it's very apparent in his shot selection, accuracy, very snappy jab, which that was a very big issue for Jake Paul. He's not scared to throw long combinations. He actually puts a lot of pressure on his opponents, which is, you know, KSI is not going to be able to corner him the way he did with Joe Fournier. Let's just say that. It just feels like he has a lot of natural muscle memory when it comes to throwing punches and getting out of the way when he needs to do so. And obviously, Tommy Fury just has a massive advantage because of the fact that he grew up in such a boxing-oriented environment. His brother being one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, his dad used to box as well. So overall, I think in terms of just on paper, who should have a better chance of winning this fight? I think it's like 70% Tommy Fury, but I still don't think that it would be safe to bet against KSI just because of that. Now the main assets that I think KSI has, the fact that he's very unorthodox, he's wild. I can see KSI winning this fight by knockout. Tommy Fury does fight with a low guard and he constantly leaves himself open. And in the Jake Paul fight, actually, he gets caught with an overhand more than once. I mean, that said, Tommy Fury was never, like, dropped or anything during that entire fight. And whether or not that says more about Jake Paul's power or Tommy Fury's ability to take punches, regardless, every now and then there's an opening for an overhand. With KSI's unpredictable style and supposedly freakish power, I really don't think it's all that far-fetched to think that this fight could end with Tommy Fury laying on the canvas. I do, however, think that if KSI doesn't end it early and the fight manages to go the distance, Tommy Fury probably has a better chance of winning either by split decision or majority. If I had any money at all, which I of course don't, but if I did and I was gonna bet it on this fight, I would definitely put it on JJ. Now hold on, I know it sounds like I'm just meat riding for the sake of it, but I'm not. Here's the reason why I would put my money on JJ. I think incentives and the motivation of each fighter is very important. Who wants it more matters, I think. And I feel like Tommy Fury is getting into this fight for the sake of making a bag, whereas JJ, I honestly do believe that his main reason for taking up this fight is legacy and bragging rights. If each one of these guys were to lose, which one of them would care about losing more? And I feel like the answer to that is definitely KSI. KSI would be humiliated a lot more than Tommy Fury. Even though Tommy Fury is the professional boxer and he's the one that's supposed to be winning, I think deep down KSI cares about this fight a lot more than Tommy Fury does. I think the more of a brawl KSI can make this fight, the better chance he has of winning. Like, the more unorthodox, the more he just throws shit, haymakers, and throws off Tommy Fury, that probably would give him a better chance of winning. Just to be just a wild animal in there, because I think what Jake Paul tried to do was to actually outskill Tommy, and clearly that didn't work. So I think JJ should just go the complete opposite route and just make it a complete brawl. And there you go, that's my take on it. Join the Discord. We're going to be hosting a group prayer for KSI to hopefully win and bring us the dub, bring it home. And that's it. That's the video. Have a good day.